Hey Moon Magic family here on YouTube, welcome to your moon month update, and thank you so much for joining me today. We are going to be drawing cards and runes for the entire moon month. We'll look at the cards and the runes that were drawn to look at the overall energy as well for this time, the stuff that's really affecting us globally. And we're going to look at the details of the incoming lunar energy for the entire month that's coming. And we're starting with a new moon in Leo, and it is unbelievably dynamic. There's a couple of things I'll just voice before we dive into the cards and the runes and look at kind of the tarot side of things. This new moon in Leo is connected very strongly. It's in a square with both Jupiter, who wants to expand everything, and Uranus, who wants to shake everything up. So the sun and the moon are sitting together. That's a new moon, and they're in this square. They're also quite close to Venus, who is in retrograde, and Venus wants balance and harmony. Mercury is about to go into retrograde, so we're in the retrograde shadow. And this full moon in Leo, honestly, it's primed for potential breakthroughs, transformation, windows of opportunity, but they may not come in the form that you're expecting. If you're working on something, it may be that it just bursts forth and it happens just at the right moment, at the right time. But if something isn't quite working in your world, it could also be that it comes to that kind of crunch point. So with a really good opportunity actually to create significant changes, really. So it's a very dynamic and I want to say sort of fiery and earthy energy. Again, looking at the overall chart, there's a lot of fire, and Leo is very fiery and very bold and very courageous, very out there. On the other hand, there's a lot of earthy energy, so we can actually push that fire, passion into making something real, to manifest stuff, so that's amazing. But do you know there are no there's no planets in any air signs at all. So you might actually feel quite fiery, quite passionate, like you really want to make something happen. You could even feel quite frustrated if something's not moving forwards. On the other hand, you need to come up for air, because there isn't going to be a lot within the overall dynamics coming in for us. So I think this is a really interesting aspect of this new moon. And one more thing about this new moon, we go straight into a really long void of course period afterwards, and this is when the moon is in between signs. So when she moves from Leo into Virgo, it's actually 14 hours. That's a huge void of course period, and the void of course period can feel unbelievably liberating, like you can break free of things. But we could also feel really out at sea. If you're looking for a solid anchor and something doesn't feel steady because things are being shaken up and things are expanding really fast, you might actually find that a bit wobbly. You know, it depends what's going on in our, you know, the context of our own personal human lives. So there's a very interesting dynamic at the very start of this moon month. The moon month always begins for me with the new moon, and then we look at the overall energy. So beautiful souls, let's dive straight into the overall flow of energy with the cards and the runes that were drawn in the Manifest with the Moon Astro-Moon diary. I always check in with those first. Then we're going to draw cards and runes for every zodiac sign, and then I'm going to talk you through the incoming flow of lunar energy, including the big void of course periods. There aren't many this month, but there are a couple, and when they're happening, giving you dates, times and that sort of stuff, so that you can really navigate your month with full awareness. Let's move the camera down and look at those cards and runes. Okay, so let's check out the cards and runes. Now, the reason we have 4 cards and 4 runes is because I draw cards and runes in the Manifest with the Moon Astro-Moon diary for each of the calendar months. And so we've got some that are connecting into August, and then we move into the energy of September. Now, I think this is really fascinating that we have the rune Rado journey twice. Rado is fascinating because the energy of Rado actually invites us to journey inwards and remove any obstacles to our progress. And we have Venus in retrograde, we also have Chiron in retrograde. We are moving into the Mercury retrograde shadow during this period. Retrograde energy always asks us to slow down and kind of review, take stock, smell the roses a little bit, really quantify the quality of your life. And with Rado showing up twice, I think there is distinctly an energy here, particularly as they align with the cards of Don't Wobble and Ground Yourself. I think that we are looking at an overall energy where there may be quite a lot of evaluation going on. It's this combination of retrograde energy and the runes really picking up on that. Literally, when we go outdoors and we ground ourselves, it's like getting ourselves an anchor point if we're feeling a bit all over the place. And Don't Wobble is a real acknowledgement and validation. Let me read this card to you. It says, are you having a wobble? Whether this is a minor one or a major one, this is completely understandable because you're facing tough choices. But deep inside yourself, you know what you need to do. And this card is here to validate your deeper knowing and the decisions that you're making. As you move forwards, your anxiety will ease and you will re-find your balance. Now, given that we start the energy of August with the rune of Isa, ice, which is like standstill and something that's worth the wait, you may already be feeling a bit like certain things as we enter this moon month, certain things aren't moving forwards quite as fast as you would like. But truly, what the runes and the cards are suggesting is, firstly, that you take your time to evaluate, because you'll find that additional information is given to you along the way to assist you in moving forwards. It's just it might not be as fast as you'd like. And then with Othilla, the rune of inheritance, separation, and the card of internal dialogue, this is part of the journeying within and removing any obstacles that are getting in your way, any inner obstacles. We all have an inner dialogue within our mind, and as this card rightly says, a constant stream of inner conversation. Is your dialogue kind and supportive and affirming, or is it critical and judgmental? The language within our mind is actually creating the energy and affecting the energy that we put into the world. So in terms of manifestation, in terms of moving things forwards, if we're quite self-critical or we're quite negative within ourselves, we're not actually assisting in our progress. And the retrograde energy will bring this to your attention if this is the case. And with the runes of Rado showing up, there's an opportunity to kind of get still, notice where you need to course correct and change things, particularly in terms of any hindrances that are coming from within rather than without. And indeed, if there are things going on in your external world that seem to be blocking you, it may well be that your inner thinking could be contributing to that unintentionally. I always think, if you think about a prayer as being a focused thought, and when we set intentions, which of course we do at the new moon, that is a focused thought. But a worry or a criticism, an internal critic, is also a focused thought, but we're putting into the universe the thing that we don't want rather than the thing that we do. So that's the kind of flavour of this moon month. Let's now move on and draw cards and runes for every single zodiac sign to get a real flavour and a bit more information about what kind of things you can expect. So let's begin with Aries. Welcome Aries, let's draw cards and runes for you and see what this moon month or what this new moon is heralding for you. Just going to cut this pack, that's what I felt really drawn to do. Your card is Justice. Well, that's a biggie for starters, and I'm also going to draw you a spirit animal guide as well. You have the Blank rune. Ooh, this is looking very, very, the blank rune, the blank card. This is looking very interesting, Aries. It really, really is. Let's have a look and see. We have the Spiritual Warrior and Flow. Right, my beautiful Aries. I always think that the new moon, the energy of the new moon, kind of almost sets the pace for the coming moon month. And for you, Aries, I think it is a question of being really clear and decisive about what you want to do, about you taking charge and making decisions about your life, and then literally going with the flow. The blank card in this pack, I was drawing a spirit animal for you. Well, the blank card is in this particular pack. It's a Jamie Sam's pack. This is it. I'm not going to show you any of the others, but she put blank cards into this pack so that if you knew that you had a spirit animal or a power animal that was not a part of the deck, you could add your own. And what this is telling me here is that you have choices. And this is a moon month, which is for you, Aries, suggesting that you make very clear, decisive choices. And then literally allow the universe, allow Source Spirit to give you what you need when you need it. Remove all obstacles. I've spoken about this in the first part of the cards here. Remove any obstacles from within and let the universe deliver to you. However, let the universe deliver to you on the basis of really clear thoughts that you want and you desire, taking clear choices, clear actions. It is as if decisions will need to be made, I feel. Part of those decisions and the ability for them to move forwards is based on your thinking, really, your internal thinking and your ability to hold your own clarity of mind. Gosh, this feels very much like a month of stepping up rather than stepping down. Sometimes we get a moon month that suggests, gosh, chill out a bit, relax. For you, Aries, I feel it's going to be quite defined, but defined by your thought and then the universe delivering you what you need so you can put it into action step by step by step and let it flow. So there's an element of practicing the art of allowing, but whilst simultaneously really holding your desires, your goals in mind. Aries, these are your cards for this new moon and this new moon month. I will be doing bigger new moon readings, and if you're interested in checking in on my big all zodiac sign tarot readings, they are available on Patreon. Patreon is a different platform. It works on the basis of donations where you can give as little or as much as you like, and there are of course no advertisements, and I do tutorials over there as well. So beautiful souls, thank you so much for being here. Tons and tons of love, Aries. Have a very decisive but simultaneously very aligned with the universe kind of month. Welcome, Taurus. Let's draw a card. I'm actually going to cut. That's what I was really hearing to do, to see what you are shown. Okay, so you have the 8 of Cups. How interesting. And I'm going to draw you a spirit animal guide as well and some runes. What are we shown for beautiful Taurus for this coming moon month? Horse. Wow, this is feeling very empowering. Okay, I always think with the 8 of Cups, it's a choice. You're either leaving something behind or you're walking forwards to something. It's sort of a mix of both, actually. But there is a significant amount of choice involved here. It's like it's your decision. The horse energy is very empowered. We still look at engines in horsepower. We measure engines in horsepower. Let's have some runes for you. Oh, we have 3 coming out. So we have the rune of initiation, we have the rune of gateway, and we have the rune of fertility. Very, very interesting, beautiful Taurus. I think you reach a turning point, or I venture to say you have reached a turning point. I always think that the energy of the new moon kind of sets the pace for the overall flow of energy through the moon month. And Taurus, I feel almost as if something that maybe you have been, I almost venture to say, tolerating for some of you, or processing, working your way through it. This is a turning point. This is the gateway to a new period. It's a point of both completions and new beginnings. What is really interesting in the energy here is that you're making the choices yourself. You're making the decisions here. And you're doing so with your eyes wide open. Something definitely completes. With the rune of fertility, this actually does speak of completion of beginnings. If you're working on something, I think you reach a stage where you can move it forwards. If you're working through something, I think you reach a stage where it's that turning point, that gateway. It really is as if you can see something with clarity and move it forwards. This is a very interesting energy, my beautiful Tauruses. Very, very interesting. What feels fabulous is that it does feel as if you are taking charge of something. Maybe there has been some situations previously where you feel you've been, I won't exactly say on the back foot, but you know when stuff rocks up unexpectedly or somebody throws you a curveball and it spirals you into a place of either indecision or you're not quite sure what to do next, or it's taking up your airplay, your headspace. That's what I feel has been happening here. It's very distinct energy around this rune of initiation. And we could say at a level of soul evolution, the bigger picture, you're actually reaching a point where you've processed something now to the point where you can step through that gateway and move it forward. So whether you've been building a foundation to set forth upon, or you've processed something so you can leave it behind and move beyond, it's still actually a new foundation. Because when we do process something, it doesn't linger anymore. We're not stuck with it. And it feels like a natural progression. That's what I want to say with the Eight of Cups. It feels like the timing is right for you. And the new moon energy is very much about these breakthroughs, with the moon squaring both Jupiter, who wants to expand everything, and Uranus, who wants to shake things up and bring about the new. I think this feels rather lovely. It is as if some sort of phase of your life, and it will be relevant to the context of your individual world and your individual circumstances, beautiful Tauruses, but something actually reaches a point of completion where you can now begin to establish a new pathway forwards. And it almost feels like a relief as well. Something has been lifted from you. So beautiful Tauruses, this looks like a really good month where you can almost like at last take a breather. Very interesting with that energy of the new moon where there's no air, no planets are in any air signs at the time of this actual new moon. And I spoke when I was looking at the energy earlier in this video about coming up for air. I actually feel that you finally come up for air after a period when actually maybe something has felt a bit suppressive, stifling, or a period in time when things, maybe one thing after another, has got in the way or slowed you down or sent you a curveball, or you've just felt like it's been quite hard work to progress. This is the moon month when I think you really start to move forwards, and I think it feels a bit like at last. So my beautiful Tauruses, this is your reading for the moon month. For any of you who would like a more in-depth, full reading for the moon month, I do my all zodiac sign readings, my bigger readings on Patreon. It's a very different platform. There are no advertisements, but it works on the basis of donations. But you may give as little or as much as you wish, and you get obviously to check in on every single reading for all of the zodiac signs. And also I do tutorials over there as well, so do check those out if that is appealing to you. Beautiful souls, thank you so much for being here. Thank you for being a part of the Moon Magic YouTube community. It is an honour and a privilege to read for you. Tons of love, my beautiful Tauruses, and I look forward to seeing you in some other readings soon. Hey beautiful Geminis, welcome. I'm actually going to cut this pack. I have already shuffled and prepped. So do you know, I feel like it is that card off the top. It's coming straight up for you. Okay, Gemini, Six of Wands. This is a card of victory. Wow. This is you coming out on top of something, moving something forwards. Let's draw some runes for you as well. Ooh, we've got 4 runes coming out for you, and I'm going to draw a spirit animal guide as well. May we have cards and, well, we have runes for lovely Gemini. I'm actually seeing this card for you. Buffalo. Oh my goodness me. I feel like you are a serious winner this moon month, my lovely Geminis. We have the rune of harvest. This is the first one that's shown. We have the rune of initiation. We have the rune of gateway. How interesting, these came out for Taurus. And we also have the rune of flow. I do feel the energy of the new moon itself kind of sets the pace for the coming month. I think this is actually a very prosperous month for you, Gemini. Harvest, initiation, gateway, and flow. I do actually think something comes to fruition that you have been waiting for, wanting, working at. It's like it emerges, it gets going. Yeah, it's something you want, something you've been manifesting. It comes to fruition, it arrives, the thing you desired, the thing you wanted. Buffalo is about provision and gratitude as well. The rune of gateway is about gratitude. It's gratitude for all that we have and all that we've experienced. Even the rubbish stuff, actually, because when we can look back over our lives and evaluate, this rune speaks of climbing to the top of a mountain and looking back over anything and everything that has led you to be where you are today and giving thanks for every experience because it's made you who you are. And now you can step through the gateway. And we're seeing the rune of flow. I think something comes to a point of fruition for you this month, my beautiful Geminis. And not only does it come to a fruition, bringing you some essence of reward or recognition, but simultaneously, you are now able to move forwards differently. It would be like if you've been saving up for something, somehow suddenly you reach that point where you have enough to be able to now buy the thing you were saving up for and move it forwards. And it starts the momentum of flow, of that energetic moving forwards. A culmination is what I'm seeing, a culmination of something that reaches a point of harvest, and therefore a shift and an opening to a new phase of growth, of opportunity. Whatever this is that you've been working on, Gemini, I do feel it's, I want to say stop, don't forget to stop and smell the roses. That's what I want to say to you, beautiful Geminis. Enjoy this, relish it, feel good about it. Whatever you've worked at, whatever you've invested in, whatever you've strived to make happen, the realization of this is now a turning point for you. That energy of Leo, the Leo new moon, celebrate your achievements, celebrate your success. There is a success in some area of your world, Gemini, something you've been wanting and waiting for. It arrives, it's recognition, it's validation. It's a gift. It's a beautiful gift, and you can move yourself forwards. It allows the energy of your world to progress on a different level. This is super, Gemini. It really, really is. With the energy of the new moon being connected to Jupiter, expansiveness, Uranus, the Great Awakener, it's a little bit discordant because it's a square, but I sort of feel for you guys, it's actually almost like the shake-up or the recognition that you've been waiting for. Gemini, I think this is super for you. Something can now move forwards. It can now move back into flow. It was worth the wait. It was worth the wait. And yes, you literally can now get going with the energy of the runes of journey. Something that you almost didn't think would emerge or wouldn't come to fruition finally does. Basically, your investment pays off. I think this is super, Gemini. I really, really do. Beautiful Geminis, whether you are Sun in Gemini, Moon in Gemini, Gemini rising, or you're cross-watching, this is your reading for the moon month. I think it's fab. Beautiful souls, if you would like to tune into my bigger readings, I do a much bigger in-depth reading for all zodiac signs. They are on Patreon. But honestly, Gemini, I think this is a super month. So yeah, do check out the readings on Patreon if that appeals to you. Thank you for joining me today. Patreon, by the way, is a very different platform. It works on the basis of donations. There are no advertisements, which is just lovely. And the donations, you can give as little or as much as you wish. It's entirely up to you. And there are various, I always do a tutorial there as well every month. So various other stuff that goes on that platform. Beautiful Geminis, have an amazing month. This is absolutely awesome. Tons and tons of love to you. And I look forward to seeing you for some other readings soon. Hello, my beautiful Cancers. The first thing I'm going to do is cut this pack for you and see what we are shown. Okay, Knight of Pentacles. Something moving forwards financially for you. That feels rather good. Let's draw you a spirit animal guide as well. And also Bat, transformation, the energy of transformation. Let's draw some runes as well. I'm seeing a star here. This is really leaping out at me. Something's coming in that will give you, I want to say, financial security, stability. Maybe the energy of stability is not just to do with money. With Pentacles, we could be thinking about health, family, but something is coming into your world that will create a sense of stability for you. Let's draw those runes. What else are we shown here? We have the rune of movement. Oops. We have Fehu, the rune of possessions, nourishment. How interesting. This is like ambition satisfied. If you have been finding yourself in a situation, my beautiful souls, where you've been either uncomfortable or uncertain, worrying about money, worrying about your health, something is coming in, literally this bat is flying in, that will enable you to basically feel better. The rune of movement is a rune that talks about the bettering of any situation. I'm really seeing the energy of, literally, of nourishment, possessions, something physical coming to you that will give you a sense of stability. Funnily enough, I always feel the pace of the moon, the pace of the moon month is set by the energy of the new moon. And this new moon in Leo is very dynamic because of its connection to Jupiter and to Uranus, and indeed to Venus. Curiously enough for you guys, I really do feel as though something arrives to bring in stability or a sense of security, or there's quite a sense of well-being around you, as if you feel as though the universe can take care of you. I actually feel I want to draw another rune for you, or even another two. Let's see what else we are shown. Yes, two coming out. Now this is interesting because we have Hagalaz, which is the rune of disruption, and we have the rune of journey, Rado. Now, Hagalaz is very much like Uranus. It's the Great Awakener. My real sitting with the runes and wanting to draw more was actually to sort of think, where have you come from? I think you've been going through a period of disruption. And I think you've probably had to do quite a lot of soul searching, to cope with upheaval. That's what I feel, Cancer. There's been a lot of upheaval, a lot of soul searching, a lot of kind of trying to, almost I feel like you've had to try and make sense of something, of your situation in a way that would allow you to sort of settle. This is the moon month, I feel, where things actually start to settle. I'm just going to place those over there. That's where I think they belong. I think this new moon is activating an opening, an opportunity for you to be able to land, literally to land, to slow down, to, I won't say stop exactly, but just to be able to slow down and not feel as though you're always having to rise to every occasion. I'm seeing this as being quite a stable month for you, where things gather momentum or move forwards steadily. I almost, with you guys, I want to say slow and steady wins the race. Cut yourself some slack. I'm not seeing you move forwards in a fast-paced way, but I am seeing steady progress and transformation. There's just a feeling of well-being going on around you, my beautiful Cancers, and that feels good, as if you come to terms with something, or you come to terms with your situation, and therefore the energy settles. Something coming into you. The bat is all about transformation. And the starfish, being seen as a superstar. My beautiful Cancers, I just feel what you need will come to you during this moon month. It feels as if you can stop worrying. You're settled, you're level. Do you think some of you may well actually receive some form of finances, resources? I'm not seeing them as huge, but I am seeing them enough coming into you. It feels like it's got that, what I would call, good enough energy about it. It doesn't feel like the gigantic lottery win, the da-da, look at this. It feels like you're given what you need, and you know that you have that, and you feel solid, secure, stable. And because of that, you can sort of, your energy settles, and you can therefore move forwards in a steady, gentle manner. And moving towards your goals with Fehu, with possessions, with nourishment. Ambitions satisfied. It's like getting what you want when you need it, and kind of knowing it. I think this is going to be a super nice, steady month for you, given the energy of the full moon, the new moon, which is a little bit, it's very dynamic, basically. I mean, it really, really is. And yet for you, I think the dynamic shift is away from disruption and into a space of balance and harmony, where things unfold. For once, it feels like they unfold as they should. I almost want to say, when we talk about, something runs its course, it's got that flavour of the overall moon month. It runs its course, the energy runs its course, and you can settle into that momentum. I think this is a lovely energy around you, beautiful Cancers. I really, really do. You can settle into, it's like finding your rhythm. That's what I feel. You find your rhythm for this moon month. So whatever is happening in the context of your personal world, it feels as though it will be steady, stable, good enough. It doesn't feel exhilarating or scarily out of the box. I think you've sort of done some of that already. This is the bit where you do actually come up for air and just settle into some steady progression forward, something that feels good, feels solid, moving you forwards in the right way and at a pace that you can handle and enjoy. This is your reading for the moon month, my beautiful Cancers. For anyone wishing to delve into much greater depth, I do my big all zodiac sign readings on Patreon. It's a different platform. It works on the basis of donations. There are no advertisements in the videos, and I also do tutorials there. If you do make a donation, you can give as little or as much as you wish, and you also can access not only all the zodiac sign readings, but also I do a tutorial every month and various other things on there too. So Super Souls, beautiful Cancers, thank you for joining me. Tons and tons and tons and tons of love. And I wish you a really, really beautifully serene moon month. That's what's coming through for you, Cancer. Serene. How lovely. It just feels delightful. Lovely Leo, welcome. This is your new moon. So how exciting, because it's so dynamic. It's so connected to breakthrough. Let's cut this pack for you first of all and see what we are shown. Oh Leo, I mean really, you couldn't write it, could you? Look at this, your card, the Sun. How amazing. Okay, let's congratulations Leo. What breakthrough do you need? Let's draw a spirit animal guide. I'm actually seeing this one for you. Oh, Black Panther, how amazing. Okay, let's draw some runes for you as well, and then we will dive into your reading. Leo, I always feel that the energy of the new moon sets the pace for the moon month. And yeah, runes first, runes first. This is your new moon, so we've got 3 runes coming out. We have the rune of harvest, we have the rune of signs, signals, synchronicities, and we have the rune of the self. Now, Black Panther is an interesting energy. Black Panthers are able to kind of hunt in the shadows. We have your card rocking up, showing up, full of light. Harvest, signs, signals, synchronicities. Beautiful Leos, I think you're going to be shown something here with signals, signs, synchronicities. I think you're going to be shown something that will open your world up, show you a specific direction that you can go in. Something that can give you, it's like the missing link, something that you need in order to move your life forward, something that you need to see in order for things to fall into place, like that domino effect where you're given the first domino, you can pop it down and everything falls into place. Clearly a new moon, lovely Leo, your new moon, it's a time of new beginnings for you. It's your birthday, happy birthday. This is a new year for you anyway. But with the rune of harvest, which sometimes speaks of a year, I actually do think the breakthrough energy that sits with this new moon, because the moon, the sun sit together, they are connected, albeit in a square, which is sometimes a discordant energy, but they're in a square with Uranus, the Great Awakener, and they're in a square with Jupiter, who wants to expand everything. I feel that you are literally going to be shown something. It's going to be a gift, okay? It'll be a sign, a symbol. There'll be a synchronistic event. My beautiful Leos, I would be asking you, particularly around the new moon, but throughout this moon month, because that sets the pace of the energy, I would be particularly aware of signs, if something, coincidences, for example. In fact, I wouldn't dismiss anything. If something happens and you might normally think, oh, well, it's just one of those coincidences, truly listen to it. I feel you're going to be given either a sign or a series of signs that are there to create a breakthrough point for you. They are there to give you a piece of information, and I'm really seeing this very specifically, a piece of information that can enable you to move your world forwards in a particular way, something that will be really important to you, a manifestation, a creative endeavour. I want to draw a couple more runes to see where you've been coming from, actually, first of all. What's the energy prior to this? May we please have a couple of runes for information. Okay, we have wholeness and we have the spiritual warrior, the pathway of the spiritual warrior here. Suelo, the rune of wholeness, suggests there's only one way to go, which is interesting. I think you are already on track with something here, with Suelo and the rune of the spiritual warrior. I think you're already on track with something. You're already working on something. You're already doing something. And you're going to be given something like a missing link or a piece of information that you need in order to move this forwards, to be able to really set it in motion, to really turbocharge it into a place of actualization. That's what I feel we're being shown here. So my beautiful Leos, be particularly aware of unexpected circumstances with all the retrograde energy. We're moving into the Mercury in retrograde shadow period now as I do these readings, and that's going to last through until first couple of weeks of September. Mercury in retrograde often brings us disruptions, interruptions, anything that comes into your world during this time, my beautiful souls, is purposeful and it's showing you the way. So be acutely aware of doorways opening in unexpected ways. You're already on track with something. You're already moving forwards with something that really matters to you. It will be in some context of your personal unique circumstances. This is a general reading. But whatever it is, you're going to be given, it literally is like the key to open the door to bring this into actualization, materialization, to make it happen, to make it real. This is your moon month. This is your reading, my beautiful Leos. I'm excited for you. Be so alert, because it could come out of the shadows in an unexpected way. I think the retrograde energy is working beautifully for you guys. I really do. Beautiful Leos, whether you are Moon in Leo, Sun in Leo, Leo rising, or you're cross-watching, or you have for somebody else, you know, partners, potential partners, family, friends, or of course, if you are having any number of placements in your chart, if you know your chart, my beautiful Leos, thank you so much for joining me. If you're interested in a bigger, more in-depth reading, I do my all zodiac sign big deep readings on another platform, which is Patreon. Patreon works on the basis of donations. You can give as little or as much as you wish. You have access to all zodiac sign readings and also to the tutorials that I do every month and various other things too. So beautiful souls, if you're interested in those, do check them out. There are also no advertisements. It's partly how it works. Beautiful souls, tons and tons of love. It's a joy to read for you here. And thank you so much, Leo, for joining me today. Tons and tons of love to you. Hey, wonderful Virgos, let's cut a card and see what we are shown for your moon month. Your first card is the Star. Oh, this is super good, Virgo. Look at this. This is renewed hope, renewed opportunity, something coming in, lighting the way, potentially. Let's draw a spirit animal guide for you too, and then we'll draw some runes. May we have a card for my beautiful Virgos, please? It's not singing to me just yet. May we have a card for my beautiful Virgos. May we have a card for my Virgos. There's your card. How interesting. We have two. I'm actually going to take the one on the top and I'm going to place that to one side. So you have the blank card. That's why you had two. Okay, now in this pack, this is a spirit animal pack. It's a medicine card pack by Jamie Sams. And she's left some blank cards so that if your spirit animal or your power animal isn't actually represented in the pack, you can create your own. When it comes up in the reading, it is telling us about creating your own. It's telling us that there is space for you to create something, space for you to create a newfound direction, renewed hope, renewed optimism. your second card, the Lizard, is also about entering the dream time. It's recognizing that space of manifestation, what we create, or what we think is what we create. This feels like a very interesting energy for you guys. Let's draw some runes for you as well. Okay, 3 runes. Now, you have the rune of Suelo, wholeness. This is showing up first. I actually do feel that the flavour of the new moon sets the pace for the moon month. And this is a moon of breakthrough. It's a moon of opportunity. The moon and the sun sit together at the new moon, and they are squaring, which is sometimes discordant, but they are squaring Uranus, who's the great awakener, who shakes everything up and gets us to step out of our comfort zone, and also Jupiter, who wants to expand everything. So it's not necessarily the easiest of energy in one way. On the other hand, my goodness me, it could bring us just what we need to have those breakthrough moments. So we have Suelo, the rune of wholeness, lovely. Then we have, I'm seeing your reading is now coming into clarity for me. We then have the rune of defense, Awaz, and then we have Kano, the rune of openings. This is clarity. Right. My beautiful Virgos, you're currently in a situation which is, ultimately, it is moving forwards. Whatever your personal circumstances, there's something in your world that is in a process of moving forwards. And I think this new moon, and during this moon month, you have the opportunity to make some very clear choices as to how this moves forwards. Now, we've got a lot of retrograde energy, so there's a lot of opportunity for reflection. It does mean there might be some disruptions, but you know, with retrograde energy, if we always trust that the disruptions are there with purpose, they're coming to assist us, to help us to see clearly how to move something forwards, or giving us the information we need to move ahead. With ice, the rune of standstill, followed by don't wobble, and Rado, the rune of journey, I would suggest, my beautiful souls, that there is a definite opportunity here being presented to you to sort of start to create the pathway that you want to follow. Really, I feel there's loads of space and opportunity for you, my lovely Virgos, to find clarity of direction. Curiously, with this rune of defense in the middle, it may actually arrive, the clarity of direction may arrive through you finding yourself in a situation where you find you are developing an aversion to the conduct or the energy of some of the people or the circumstances around you. Sometimes this signifies a need to sort of break away from something. You just realize that's not you anymore. You've outgrown it. You know, it's like having a group of friends and loving them dearly, but then recognizing that they're sort of living their lives in a way that just isn't in alignment with who you are. So you feel you need to move on from it. And that's finding the right pathway for you. It's recognizing that is the right pathway for you. Recognizing that you are dreaming your future into existence here. Bringing things back into balance. I think this feels for me, my beautiful Virgos, as though it's actually going to be an incredibly productive month for you. I don't see it as being productive in productivity in terms of actual stuff. I see it in terms of productivity, in terms of establishing a clarity of direction, what you want to manifest, where you're going, who you want to hang out with, who you don't want to hang out with, what's right for you, what isn't. With Othilla, the rune of separation, sometimes this speaks of real property, but it's like a snake shedding its skin. That recognition, do you know what? I used to fit really well with you, but I don't fit with you anymore. So moving on, making those choices for yourself. Clarity coming to you, really, really clear direction. So my beautiful Virgos, I would see this moon month as being a time of entering the dream time. If stuff shows up in the practicality of your world, it's coming in to help you to see clearly that this is sort of space to change, room to create. Any experiences that come to you during this time need to go into the melting pot, the cauldron of possibility, so that you can kind of decide what you're going to cook next, what kind of ingredients are there to help you to establish what kind of cake you want to bake. It's that kind of flavour for you. I think it will be productive in a non-physical material way. I think you're just going to be given exactly what you need to see to formulate with absolute clarity how you wish to move forwards. And with the star, it feels as though it's really purposeful in the most beautiful way. Higher guidance coming to you, really. Everything you need to see to make the pathway forwards clear and possible for you. So have a relaxed and dreamy month, my beautiful Virgos. Super Souls, if you're interested in my bigger all zodiac readings where I do an in-depth reading for every sign, they are available on Patreon. Patreon's a different platform. It works on the basis of donations. There are no adverts. You can give as little or as much as you want. You access all of the readings for all signs, and also I do tutorials over there among other things, so you can access all the material that takes place on that platform. My beautiful Virgos, I wish you an amazing month of sitting in the dream time. Tons of love to you, and yeah, do check us out on Patreon if that is singing to you. Hello my beautiful Libras, welcome to your moon month video. Let us draw a card. I'm going to cut these and see what is showing up for you. You have the card of Judgment. How interesting. This is a big card to have. Let's draw also a spirit animal guide and see what we are shown. Ooh, you have Black Panther. This came out for one of the other readings as well. I'm moving all our cards here. Look, let's have a quick look at what we have. Okay, so Black Panther and Judgment. I feel like you're making some choices and decisions. That's the energy around you. Sort of like the time has come. That's what I feel with this card. The time has come to open the way, to move something forwards. However, you're also needing to keep, I want to say keep something in the shadows, lovely Libra. Let's draw runes and see what else we are shown here. Okay, so we have the rune of fertility. Wonderful. We have Berkana, the rune of growth, and we have Kano, the rune of openings. Wowza. Wowza, wowza, wow. Right, this is very interesting, my beautiful Libras. I think that you are in a space where you've been planning something, my lovely Libras. You've been planning, contemplating something, probably putting things in place, getting ready to move something forwards. And with this lovely new moon in Leo energy, I always feel that the new moon energy sets the pace for the moon month. And this is about breakthroughs. This is about stuff starting to potentially evolve and move forwards. This is the energy that's around the new moon. The moon and the sun sitting together are squaring Uranus, the great awakener, and also Jupiter, who wants expansion and wants to make everything move forwards and get bigger. So you are at a point where something you have been planning is about to escalate. It's about to move forwards or shift from one state of play to another. I feel you've been planning, and this is the point where, ta-da, there's an opportunity. But with the Black Panther energy, there's something going on in the shadows around you. Now, either you are being advised to be thoughtful about how you move this forwards, rather than going, da-da, this is what's going to happen in my world. You actually take it rather gently. You just move it along quietly. Or indeed, there is sort of someone in the shadows who's watching your progress. I'm very interested in these cards. Now, we have the rune of fertility. This is about the completion of one stage of something and moving to the next. Kano, the rune of openings, so I'm seeing something definitely move forwards and definitely happen. And Berkana is the rune of growth, of new beginnings, symbolized by the birch tree. It's a new phase of life. But there's something around this shift. It's really interesting, my lovely Libras. On the one hand, it feels like this is to be celebrated. It feels like this is the point at which something can shift and move from one position to another. Quite minded with the astrological stuff that we do have. The Jupiter and the Uranus energy is, of course, squaring the sun and the moon, and that can be a little bit discordant, which sometimes means that something comes along to trigger a move forwards. Something comes out of the shadows or out of nowhere unexpectedly that creates that space of, we need to take action now, we really ought to take action now. Simultaneously, I feel you've been planning this. I don't feel this is a new thing for you. Let's draw some more runes for you, my lovely Libras. Your first is, oh, this is lovely, Fehu. This is the rune of possessions, nourishment, unexpected rewards and gains. This is ambition satisfied. So this is something definitely opening up, emerging. I was really getting that feeling that something comes to a head or a point where the first stage of its journey, the planning stage, the initial chapter, is completed. And now it's time to really move forwards. And yet, I still want to say, move forwards quietly, thoughtfully, mindfully. Panthers, a black panther can merge into the background. If you were walking at night, a panther could kind of stalk you and you wouldn't even see them, and you certainly wouldn't hear them. There's something about being, I want to use the word stealthy, and forgive me, lovely Libras, because stealthy, I don't mean it in a negative way. It really is about moving something forwards. This has almost got that flavour around it of, if an unexpected surprise win came your way, I would not necessarily be declaring it to the world. I'd be quietly processing how you're going to move it forwards and what you're going to do with that investment if a windfall came your way. There's something about something arriving in your world that feels like a culmination, and or at least the potential of something coming to its initial stage of completion and ready to launch further with really clear direction, bringing about a fantastic energy of new beginnings. And I do feel you've been planning, and then something happens to create this space of shift, to move it forwards, to give you the resources you need to take it ahead. And yet you are being advised to do so quietly, gently, thoughtfully, not declaring to the world that you've won this windfall and then everyone kind of comes out of the shadows and wants their little piece of it. There's something going on around you, maybe what you're doing, maybe there are people around you who are very happy with the circumstances as they are, lovely Libra. And maybe you're making plans for yourself and they would prefer it if you didn't, and hence this sort of sense of being quite quiet and thoughtful about how you move forwards. We then have the rune of partnership as well. Yes, some of you may be moving into a space of collaboration, and again, maybe that means actually that some of the people that you currently work with, a new partnership, currently work with or work for, would feel, gosh, you're not left out as such, but you know, they would have preferred it if you'd stayed as you were and continued to work with them or for them. And actually you have a new opportunity here. You have a different kind of partnership that really is worthy of celebrating. You're definitely moving something forwards here, my lovely Libras. The energy around your reading for this moon month is actually very clear. Something comes to a point of a turning point, that breakthrough energy of the new moon. It will emerge and move forwards with great clarity of direction, and there will be work to be done and things to do to move it forwards. And it will feel, I think, as if things do fall into place for you. There's also a need, and this is the clear message coming through, to be very thoughtful about how you move it forwards, as in be quiet and gentle about it. this really isn't a time to sort of blow your own trumpet, even if you feel like it. It's quite interesting because I just feel it's as if you're being watched here. There are people around you watching your progress, and because they sort of have their own investment here in this. Yeah, there's definitely an energy around you. So it's very clear. Keep going, do what you're doing. I think it's going to emerge, fall into place. Your plans will come to fruition and you'll be able to move something forwards. It's fab. But just be thoughtful and be thoughtful about how you move this forwards. Go gently, be thoughtful, be quiet about your progress. And yeah, very, very interesting energy around you, lovely Libras. But the advice and the guidance is very clear here. Beautiful Libras, this is your reading for the moon month. I do think that flavour of Leo breakthrough energy is definitely around you. And this is not new. You've been planning this or working on this or strategically thinking about this for some time. It's lovely, actually, lovely Libra, because this is one of the times when I think you can actually put yourself at the top of the agenda, put yourself at the top of your list of priorities, when very often you put other people. But it's those other people who are used to you putting them at the top who may actually then almost, there could be a little bit of a response to you moving forwards or doing what you're doing, because they're used to you putting them first. And this is about putting you first. And I want to say, Libra, about time too. So beautiful, lovely Libras. This is your reading for the moon month. I do a much fuller reading, a bigger reading on Patreon. That's where I do my big all zodiac sign readings. If you're interested in looking at a reading in more depth and detail, you're welcome to check them out. Patreon is a different platform. It works on the basis of donations, and you can give as little or as much as you wish. It's entirely up to you, but that gives you access to all of the zodiac sign readings and all of the tutorials that I do, among other things. So beautiful souls, thank you so much for joining me, Libra. I wish you a very, very fabulously unfolding month, and celebrate yourself and your plans and invest fully in yourself and your plans, beautiful Libra. The universe is giving you the thumbs up on this one, definitely. Tons of love to you, and I look forward to seeing you very, very soon for some other readings. Welcome, my beautiful Scorpios, to your moon monthly drawing of cards and runes. Let's see what's happening for you this month. I'm going to cut this pack and see your first card. Oh, what is this, lovely Scorpios? What are you concerned and fearful and worried about? Nine of Swords. This is a strong energy, my lovelies. What else are we showing for my lovely Scorpios? Let's bring out a spirit animal guide. We have Bat. Oh, transformation is coming, my beautiful souls. Transformation is coming. Guidance is on its way as well. What are we being shown here? Let's draw the runes and see what is going on for my lovely Scorpios. Okay. So we have fertility, we have Othilla, the rune of separation, and we have the rune of flow. Now fertility showed up first, so let's put that here. My lovely Scorpios, something is coming to an end, and well, it needs to, my sweet souls. This is what I'm seeing, and I'm really sorry if this is giving you difficulty. There's something that has been lingering, causing you worry, that is now coming to an end. I'm getting two quite distinct messages. On the one hand, I'm seeing that actually it will be a complete and utter relief that something moves forwards. And I always feel with the new moon monthly readings, the new moon energy itself seems to sort of govern the overall flow of energy for the moon month. This is a moon month in native traditions, which is governed by the clan moon mother of She Who Heals. That's to do with Jamie Sam's writings, and this is one of her cards as well. Now, She Who Heals is a moon month when things can shift and turn, and this new moon in Leo is loaded with potential for breakthroughs. The two messages that I'm receiving for you, Scorpio, some of you are desperately worried as you engage and process some form of transformation, loss maybe, and I'm truly sorry if it is a loss that you're struggling with. For others, it's something that has been bothering you for a long time, to the point where I feel like you're kind of tearing your hair out and thinking it will never shift. Now, one way or the other, the energy of this moon month is primed for you for transformation. Some initial stage of this experience of whatever is going on will actually move itself forwards. Something is going to transform, something will change. I feel like your luck will turn, actually, my beautiful Scorpios. With this rune of fertility, Othilla, separation and flow, Othilla does speak of separation. It's also a rune of inheritance, of gain. It speaks about the benefit, the joy, there's something marvellous that comes because we leave something behind and there's space for the new to come in. And I feel that's really, I feel like there's a bit of a double-edged sword of energy around you, because when we move forwards, even if we really want to move forwards, it can still feel like it's an upheaval, especially if you're quite tired and exhausted and you're processing something. The transformation is going to be really beneficial for you, beautiful Scorpios. It really, really is. But I'm also seeing that, yeah, for some of you it's difficult because it's connected to loss. For others it's difficult because you're tired. You've been worrying about it so much that you'll run down, your energy is low. But we are seeing transformation here, we really are. I'm going to draw more runes for you, my beautiful souls. May we have additional guidance for lovely Scorpio. Okay, we have the rune of protection. I'm liking that. Oh, I'm liking that. And we have the rune of Berkana. Yeah, this is super good. Protection is a rune that speaks of right action. But you know, in this instance, what I'm hearing loud and clear is that you're protected. You are protected. This process of transformation will happen. It needs to happen. It's right that it's happening. And it's leading to a new phase in your world. I think a part of you has sort of been longing for this to open up, for this opportunity for this sort of space of feeling quite really low, really tired, really processing stuff, going over and over and over stuff. I think you've been waiting for this to happen. But of course, the moment it does happen, it can also give you a big wobble, because it's kind of like we're faced with the reality of going ahead with something, even though we really, really want it. Or we know at a gut level, a core level, it's right. It doesn't necessarily make it easy. Yes, my beautiful souls. So Scorpios, I want to assure you, I'm going to draw one more rune for you, just one. Yeah, here it is. Yes, I can assure you, this is the rune of constraint. It's interesting. What the rune of constraint says is, when fishermen can't go to sea, they mend their nets. Cross the T's, dot the I's, approach this logically and methodically. Try not to be too emotionally engaged in this transformation. It's like the rune of protection. It often speaks of managing your emotions, making sure your emotions don't get the better of you. This transformation, this opening, this breakthrough point is coming, and it needs to, my beautiful Scorpios. So trust, this is a real trust in the universe. You are being taken in the right direction. You're being guided. It's like the way that bats guide themselves. It's their sonar energy. Literally, they send out sound waves which bounce back and they can navigate in the dark. Honestly, even if you feel like you're navigating into new territory and you're really not quite sure what the next step is, you are being guided, you are being protected. Be meticulous, methodical, cross the T's, dot the I's, because this is moving forwards during this moon month. Even though I think it is, in one way it's a relief, on the other hand, I think it's a transition where you're probably having to attend to quite a lot of detail as you process it. But my beautiful, beautiful Scorpios, This is coming to fruition, as in it's the transformation is taking place for you. It will flow, and the new beginning that you really actually do need is coming to you, that new space of opportunity. But there are things to attend to get from A to B, and you are being guided, you are being protected. The message is so loud and clear for you, my beautiful Scorpios. Lovely Scorpios, thank you so much for joining me, whether you are Sun in Scorpio, Moon in Scorpio, rising sign, or you are cross-watching for friends, family, loved ones, partners, potential partners. Beautiful souls, I do my big all zodiac readings, all zodiac sign readings on Patreon, which is a different platform. There are no advertisements there on the videos, and it works on the basis of donations. You can give as little or as much as you wish. It's entirely up to you. By joining Patreon, you can join and then depart at any time as well. And I also do tutorials over there. So if you're interested in accessing all of those zodiac sign readings, the more in-depth ones for the coming moon month, do check us out. But thank you so much, all of you, for being here. Scorpio, this transformation that is so needed is coming. I feel like I want to just send you the biggest virtual hug in the world. Yes, there are lots of details to have to attend to along the way, but you will get from where you are now to where you need to be. It will emerge. You are being protected. You are being guided, literally every step of the way. The universe has your back, and you will get to where you need to be by the end of this coming moon month, my beautiful souls. So I'm sending you all the love in the world. Thank you so much for being here, for liking, sharing, subscribing. All of you as well who give back through the super thanks in the comments. My beautiful Scorpios, I look forward to seeing you again for some other readings. I will be doing some big pick a card new moon readings here on YouTube as well, so check those out too. Tons and tons of love. Hey beautiful Sagittarius, how are you, beautiful souls? Now we are going to cut from this pack first of all and see what we are shown for our beautiful Sagittariuses for the coming moon month. We have the Seven of Wands. This looks like you are going to be stepping up and working hard, maybe in quite a competitive environment. What is happening for our beautiful Sagittariuses? And then we have, your message is becoming clear, and then we have the energy of the fox. Now I'm going to draw some runes for you as well, but my very first thought is about being flexible. I think you're going to be very busy. I think this is looking to be a busy month for you, my beautiful Sagittariuses. And I think you need to be flexible and adaptable to navigate this energy. Now, I always feel actually that the new moon energy kind of sets the pace for the overall moon month. Now you have the rune of journey, Rado, which we have twice showing up here already. You have the rune of flow, and you have the blank rune. Okay, haha. Your messages are very clear, my beautiful Sagittariuses. Let's start with the new moon in Leo energy, which is all about breakthrough moments, potentials, opportunities. I think that there will be probably several opportunities coming for you, beautiful Sagittarius, not just one. I think you're either in more than one area of your lives. You're going to be almost overcoming obstacles, and you're going to need to be flexible. Journey within and remove any obstacles from within you in terms of any kind of self-doubt or any belief systems that stop you, any internal dialogue that stop you from believing that you can achieve your desires. For me, the Seven of Wands is always a card that says step up, not down. Rise to the challenge. You have something brilliant to share. Rise above the competition. Be extraordinary. Be amazing. Sagittarius, this is your energy. Some of you may well be journeying, literally traveling, but things are going to flow forwards for you. Things are going to be moving forwards, and I always feel as though you may be dealing with a series of, I want to say opportunities, breakthroughs, opportunities, where literally it's not step by step, more stepping up, like if you were climbing a pathway. What I'm kind of seeing, what I'm being shown, is it reminds me of the kind of stone pathways that I've travelled up, walked up myself when I have visited kind of like coastal villages here in the UK, where there are little fishing villages that are nestled into the cliffs right at the base, at the shoreline, little harbours. But to get to them, there are some places that I visited and you can't even access them by road. You know, the only way down is by like donkey or a little tiny little tractor, or you walk, really, mainly. So, and I'm seeing that kind of level of steps. It's as if you're stepping up and stepping up and stepping up and stepping up. I feel there will be a movement forwards for you with the energy of flow, and as if you are moving towards an increased sense of possibility. Now, Saggies, those steps may be taking you into different areas of your life, so stepping up in different areas, different arenas within your unique circumstances, your personal circumstances. But they could also be stepping up through a series of almost like challenges, or stepping up within like your career or some other aspect of your life where you're on a very distinct pathway and you are moving from one thing to another, but each time rising above, each time with flexibility, with adaptability, with resilience, with astuteness. I mean, foxes are clever. With that lovely energy of the fox, getting to an increased sense of, I'm getting a sense of freedom around you, which you will love, my beautiful Saggies. Saggies, you love that sense of freedom. You love your independence. It really does feel like this moon month will offer you almost like a little mini journey. And it's going to get you to a space of greater freedom, greater liberation, greater opportunity, greater potential. It does feel like you're stepping into some aspect of your personal potential, my Saggies, as well. Let's just draw a couple more rings for you as well, my lovelies, and see what else we are shown. 3 are coming out for you. Yes, so we have the rune of initiation, we have the rune of breakthrough, absolutely, and we have the rune of partnership. This is a real confirmation for me of exactly what I've just been saying. This process, this initiation, getting you from A to B, moving through a series of potential breakthroughs, opportunities, to arrive at a place of possibility. Now, the rune of partnership. This could mean a connection to working with people in partnership, whether that is business, friendship, community, love. However, it could also be your relationship to your own independence, your own potential, your own connectedness to your own potential. Saggies, I think this is a month where you're going to step up. Literally, or you'll certainly be given an opportunity to step up. And it really does feel like you are stepping increasingly into a place of personal empowerment, and it is your own fullest potential. Saggies, this is gorgeous. This is a gorgeous month. I'm not saying it's easy, because I think you are having to continually step up and work hard to achieve. But with flexibility, astuteness, perseverance, adaptability, my beautiful souls, you're going to get to where you wish to be. What a lovely affirmation. This really feels gorgeous, my beautiful Saggies. Now, I do some bigger readings. My all zodiac sign readings, the big readings, are actually on a different platform. I do them on Patreon. It's a site where you can literally access all of the all zodiac sign readings, and I do tutorials over there as well. And it works on the basis of donations. There are no advertisements on the videos, and you can literally just join up and give as little or as much as you wish in those contributions. And you can also choose you know, to close that at any time you wish. If you just want to try it out briefly, the option is there for you. So if you're interested in those readings, do check them out. Beautiful souls. Other than that, thank you for being here. Whether you are a Sagittarius sun or a Sagittarius moon or a Sagittarius rising, or indeed you're cross-watching for friends, families, partners, potential partners, I wish you an amazing month. Yes, hard work is involved, my beautiful Saggies, but my goodness me, it will be worth it. Beautiful souls, I look forward to seeing you again for another reading very, very soon. Tons and tons of love to you. Hello, my wonderful Capricorns. Welcome to your moon readings. Let's have a look. Your moon month readings. What is happening for Capricorn in the coming month? We're going to cut the pack here and see what comes up for you. We have the Four of Swords. Let's also draw a spirit animal guide and see what we are shown, my lovely Capricorns. I'm seeing this card. You have raccoon energy. How interesting. Let's draw some runes as well for you before we dive in and look at what is happening here for my lovely Capricorns. So you have Fehu, the rune of possessions, nourishment, you have the rune of constraint, and you have Kano, the rune of openings. Okay, this is interesting, my lovely Capricorns. My beautiful Capricorns, I always feel that the energy of the new moon kind of sets the pace for the moon month. The new moon in Leo is loaded with breakthrough potential. With the rune of possessions, nourishment, unexpected rewards, gains, surprises, ambitions fulfilled, followed by constraint and openings. I feel that something is coming to you. There'll be an opening, an option, a possibility. And your reading is suggested that you actually take time to really digest this potential, this opening, this window of opportunity, before you actually then make a decision about your direction. This would suggest really think long and hard, basically. Process, digest is what's coming through. Digest what to do with this possibility. It carries the potential for a lot of almost good fortune. There's a lot of excitement around it. But you're also being asked to contemplate the bigger picture. Raccoon energy is very interesting. Raccoons are amazing. They work as a team. And they post a lookout. When they go and raid bins, I have read about this, they post a lookout. And the lookout is a very, very senior, well-respected member of the community, because they are looking out to make sure that everyone's protected, who are sort of basically going in and doing the work, doing the raiding, gathering the stuff, the food and the stuff they need. But what's really interesting is the raccoons don't all kind of eat all the food and then the scout or the lookout is left till last. They actually go and feed the lookout first. It's like they're generous, they share. They recognise that they're a team and everyone looks after everyone, basically. And it's very rare, because actually if you have, let's say, a pack of dogs, then actually the top dog will eat first, irrespective of, you know, it's more to do with power and the dynamics of strength. And there's nothing wrong with any of those systems. But they're basically generous. They look after one another. They look after the underdog as well. That's what this card really represents. So I feel that something is coming into your world, an opportunity, Capricorn, my beautiful souls. It's something that could come unexpectedly, an opportunity. And you're being invited here to think about it, to look at the details with the rune of constraint. Look at the details before moving forwards. Get clear about kind of what actually matters. That's what's coming through here. Now with the rune of constraint, sometimes it advises that you cross the T's, dot the I's, look at the details of something. So again, look into something. With the Four of Swords, we're seeing an opportunity to reflect. Take your time before making choices. When fishermen can't go to sea, they mend their nets. So if in any way there is anything in your world at this moment in time, my lovely Capricorns, that isn't moving forwards as you would like, then especially with the retrograde energy of the planets around at the moment, assume that it's on hold with purpose. There's a higher purpose, a bigger picture, and all will become clear. I'm going to draw just a couple more runes for you because I'm very curious, Capricorn, as to what this may be actually about, or what you're being shown and advised. Yes, look at this. You have the rune of Gateway and you have the rune of Defense, Awaz. Now, Gateway invites you to review. It's a rune that says press the pause button, review your circumstances, check everything out, lean into a space of gratitude for exactly where you are right now, and then from that place of awareness and gratitude, step through the gateway. So yes, I think there's going to be something that gets kind of put on hold. That may already be happening for you. Whatever this is, there's purpose to it. Because I think there's more than one course of action that you could choose to take. And I think that what your cards, your runes are suggesting is that there's information you need to see in order to know what direction to take, and you may need to pause. And also with the energy of raccoon coming in here, look at the intent of the people around you or the circumstances around you. Make sure you've really understood the motivations that are going on around you, the underlying motivations, the underlying motivations, the intent. If somebody offers you something and it looks really good on paper, make sure you understand the details of it, and then you can move forwards, because you'll know what's going to work for you and what isn't. Whatever happens during this moon month, with the energy of the Leo new moon setting the pace, full of potential for breakthroughs, I'm seeing the opportunity of a breakthrough or something being offered to you, my beautiful Capricorns. And everything in your reading is saying, take your time, review before deciding which direction you want to go in. And ultimately, the direction I think that is probably most right is one that actually really does understand something of the bigger picture. It's not a selfish motivation or an individual motivation, which is why I'm saying if someone offers you something, check out their intent. This is about a bigger picture. Yeah, cross the T's, dot the I's, investigate, review, evaluate. Don't push yourself to make a decision too quickly. What will happen as you review and you look at the small print, the way will become clear. There's definitely an opportunity being shown here for you, my lovely Capricorns. And that's the energy of this breakthrough Leo new moon, bringing these potentials. Lovely Capricorns, this is your reading for the month. I think this is really exciting. Take your time, be chilled about it. Review, be steady. You'll know what to do by the end of the moon month. The way will become clear, I feel, very, very clear. Beautiful souls, I do some much bigger, more in-depth readings for all zodiac signs on a different platform. They're on Patreon. Patreon is a platform that works on the basis of donations. You can give as little or as much as you wish, and you can sign up and then, sign out if you wish to. I also do tutorials over there, so if a bigger reading and a more in-depth reading is calling to you or singing to you, by all means do check out that platform. Otherwise, my beautiful Capricorns, I wish you a very thoughtful and mindful month. Thank you so much for being here. Thank you for liking, sharing and subscribing. It is such a privilege to read for you. And yeah, have an amazing month, beautiful Capricorns. There's definitely a significant opportunity here, but it needs digesting before you move forwards. Beautiful souls, tons and tons and tons of love, and I look forward to seeing you for other readings really soon. Beautiful Aquarius, welcome to your moon monthly read. Let's have a look and see what we're shown for you. I'm going to cut these cards first of all and see what we are shown for you. You have King of Swords. This is very interesting. This is very much an Aquarian energy, actually, that higher mind. Okay, what else are we shown for lovely Aquarius? Let's draw you a spirit animal guide. See what we have for lovely Aquarius. What are we shown for beautiful Aquarius for the coming moon month? What is the energy? There's your card sliding out. Oh, wow, you have the card of Eagle. You really are of higher mind. You're in a place of receivership, of being very, very clear about something. Let's draw runes for you as well. 2 coming out. Okay, you have Othilla and you have the rune of Gateway. What else do we have? And you have the rune of Constraint. Okay. Right, lovely Aquariuses. I actually feel you're in a situation that is actually not okay. As in, it's feeling restrictive, it's feeling limited, it's not giving you the vision or the scope. That's the right word. You're in a situation that isn't really giving you the scope that you personally need to flourish. Now, this is a new moon and a moon month reading. I always think that the new moon, the energy of the new moon, kind of sets the pace for the moon month. And this is a new moon in Leo. It's very, very dynamic. It's squaring Uranus, your ruler. Uranus is that higher mind, that out-of-the-box thinking, kind of shaking things up a bit, the Great Awakener. Also sitting with Jupiter, who wants to expand everything. And although it's a square astrologically, which is a little bit discordant, I actually think you're going to need to break away from something, or it does feel like literally breaking away, viewing something from a higher perspective in order to see it with great clarity and make a very clear decision. Now, Othilla is the rune of separation. It's also the rune of inheritance and gain, which means that if we allow ourselves to sort of shed a skin, like a snake shedding a skin, if we've outgrown something and we allow ourselves to gracefully move on and let go, to separate from it, there's room then for something to come in. With the rune of constraint, what I'm feeling is there really is a feeling of, it's not exactly stuckness, it just feels like there's something limiting around you. It could be a limiting belief, that's a possibility. But there's something limiting. For some of you, I literally do feel that it is a circumstance. You're really feeling stuck in something and not able to, it just isn't a good fit for you. That's really basically it. It might once have been a good fit for you, but I don't think it still is. Othilla really speaks about this. It really, as a rune, tells us that something that may have worked perfectly well once before for us, we've outgrown it, basically. It's time to move along, to rise, to have something that's more appropriate for you now. This new moon in Leo, it really is an energy of breakthrough, and this is going to carry on in the flow of energy. It's going to flavour the moon month. With the rune of Gateway, Thurisaz, you are asked, metaphorically, to climb to the top of a hill or a mountain and then cast your mind back over all of your experiences and look at where you've come and how you got to where you are. And then once you have reviewed everything and you've stepped into that place of wisdom and understanding, and also gratitude for the learning, even if it was challenging, gratitude for the learning. And at that point, you can step through the gateway. It's a fresh start, a new beginning. Yes, Nath is the rune of constraint. I feel there is restriction around you. Something is no longer a good fit for you, whatever that is in the context of your world, beautiful Aquarius. And your reading is suggesting that you will, in this month, be able to see with clarity, that higher vision, exactly what you need to do to bring about that space of a new beginning, to wear a different coat, shed your skin and move on. I'm really seeing this space of transition for you, and that's the real theme of your moon month, my beautiful Aquarius. It is literally, I almost feel like it's like the phoenix rising from the ashes, as it were. I'm not saying you're there yet, because at the moment it's still feeling as if you're navigating something that is no longer comfortable. It's no longer a fit for you. But I think during this moon month, the karmic, the spiritual soul growth is actually about you rising above something, releasing something and moving beyond it. My beautiful Aquarius, this looks to be a really, really interesting moon month for you. Beautiful souls, I do more in-depth readings for all zodiac signs, but they're on another platform. So if you are interested in those, they're actually on Patreon, which is a site that works on the basis of donations. You can give as little or as much as you want. And if you do decide to join the community there, the Moon Magic community, you can leave at any time as well. You're not tied into anything. If you're interested in those all zodiac sign readings, and I also do tutorials over there, you are very welcome to check them out. Beautiful souls, I think this is quite a significant month for you, because it's never good to stay with something that doesn't feel right, is it? You know, there's a need to move beyond it. This also sometimes is associated with real property as well. So if you're living in a location, literally the physicality of your world, if it doesn't feel right for you anymore, there is a real necessity to let it go and move beyond, and a gain that comes from that moving. My beautiful Aquarians, tons and tons of love, and I look forward to seeing you for another reading at some point soon, whether you are Sun in Aquarius, Moon in Aquarius, Aquarius rising, or indeed if you're cross-watching for friends and family and loved ones. Beautiful souls, tons of love. Pisces, welcome to your moon month cards and runes. Let's have a look and see what we are shown for my lovely Pisces. We have the Tower. Woo! Now there's a biggie card. What's going on with my beautiful Pisces? Let's draw you a spirit animal guide. Something is about to change, to shift and to turn. I think it kind of needs to happen, my beautiful Pisces. I'm seeing the one in the middle here out of these. Ah, no, you have a blank card. Yes, you're stepping into a new space of possibility. Now, these spirit animal cards, my beautiful souls, have some blank cards in the pack, and they were created within the pack. This is a Jamie Sam's pack. I do put the names of the cards in the description box and the comments as well for you if you're interested. But these were created so that if your spirit animal or your power animal isn't in the pack, or you realize there's an animal you identify with, you can create your own cards. Now, I'm seeing this as something that hasn't yet emerged. You're not quite sure of what the outcome of something is going to be. That's what I'm seeing here, beautiful Pisces. Let's draw some runes. Something's going on. I think it's going on around you already. I don't think it's just imminent. Yes, and we've got the rune of breakthrough. That's lovely. We've got the rune of breakthrough. We have the rune of the self, and we have the rune of harvest. So we are looking at a fruitful outcome here. I'm thrilled to say, my lovely Pisces. What I do want to say with your cards, beautiful souls, I feel that the dynamics of the new moon kind of set the pace for the energy of the month. And this is a new moon in Leo that is all about breakthroughs. It's all about quite dynamic potential for change. I think there are already changes going on around you, but you're not yet sure what the outcome is going to be. You don't know quite how it's going to pan out. That's what I'm seeing here. What this card of the Tower with the blank card is suggesting is, and the rune of the self, I think you have more say in the choices or the way this can be navigated than you realise. I do think there will be a favourable outcome with the rune of harvest. there's going to be a positive outcome. I think you're probably quite concerned and worried that there won't be. I'm actually going to draw you another card. I feel quite strongly I wish to do that. Another spirit animal guide. Can we have an indication of where this is going? Okay, we have antelope. Right, okay, this is interesting. Excuse me. I think with antelope that maybe some speed, some action will be required. Your reading at the moment is feeling for me as if with the blank rune, you're sitting with uncertainty and it's all feeling a little bit chaotic. Something is going on around you. I think it could be your working world, it could be personal, it could be relationship, it could be family. Whatever it is in the uniqueness of your world, my beautiful Pisces, the energy around you is of something, I almost want to say something kind of falling apart or breaking down. I actually think it needs to with the Tower energy. The Tower energy is all about regeneration, things that have run their course, and in a way they do need to run their course. But I think you're sitting in this sort of, I don't know, in-betweeny no man's land where you don't quite yet know how it's going to pan out. And I don't think that's easy. I think you're probably feeling a little bit out at sea, some of you. And when we look at our overall cards, we've got the Rune of Ice, worth the wait. So kind of, if something is feeling like it's at a standstill, you know, don't wobble. Things need to emerge with the Rune of Journey, and Journey is showing up twice, Rado. So just ground yourself. Try not to get into those internal thinking patterns that kind of catastrophize, because that can happen very easily. I think you will, at a certain point during this moon month, because this is a moon month reading, we're looking at your cards now as we come to a new moon in Leo, which is the dynamics of that new moon are all about breakthrough. They're all about transformation, potential, and that flavour runs through the moon month. I think there will come a point when you will need to take action, and it will be swift, and it will happen, and it will bring about a really positive outcome. It will bring in the harvest. The challenge, I think, for you, my beautiful Pisces, is sitting in that space where you're waiting for the breakthrough, where you're waiting to, in that no man's land. And that I'm seeing as being quite uncomfortable. But actually the breakthrough moment will come. You will be able to take action, and you'll be able to act swiftly. That's what the antelope energy is about. Knowing when to act and how to act, the timing, to be swift, to be graceful, to make it happen, and to do it in a really positive and powerful way. And with the Rune of Harvest, the outcome is going to be really beneficial, but there's timing involved here. That's what's coming across in your reading. So my beautiful Pisces, your moon month looks, I think, to actually be fruitful and to bring you a very favourable outcome, which I'm really pleased about. What I'm really tuning in with is discomfort at the moment. So my beautiful Pisces, your reading is a genuine affirmation for you that even though things are uncomfortable, there's a lot of unease, there's a lot of change, things breaking down, not quite sure when it's going to end, or transition, and sitting in that wibbly wobbly no man's land space, the outcome will be positive, and there will come a point in this moon month when you can take action swiftly, precisely, clearly, with grace, and the outcome will be favourable for you. This is your moon month reading here on YouTube, my beautiful Pisces. I do some bigger, more in-depth readings on another platform. It's called Patreon, and it works on the basis of donations. You can give as little or as much as you wish to join that Patreon community, and that gives you access to all of the readings that I do over there. If I do any extended readings, they're over there. I do a tutorial every month, and all zodiac sign readings, the bigger ones. If that is of interest to you, do please check it out. Beautiful Pisces, it is an absolute privilege to read for you here. Thank you so much for being here on YouTube, for liking, sharing, subscribing, and I do wish you a really fruitful month, and I do think it will be. Certainly that is what your cards and runes are suggesting here today. Tons and tons of love to you. So we begin this new moon on August the 16th with the moon in Leo at 23 degrees 16. Now the dynamics of this new moon, as I have already said, look to bring really massive windows of huge breakthroughs and potential major opportunities. So truly, if you're only going to use one new moon this year to set genuinely strong wishes and intentions, I would personally recommend this one. A Leo new moon will naturally invite wishes that enhance your personal passions, all that fire energy, and your leadership qualities, bringing enthusiasm and determination, whilst also building your confidence and individual self-expression. And the dynamics today really do also invite you to address the past, heal the past, and free you to take bold steps into a much brighter future, a new and a brighter future. And of course, we also have the long void of course period, which could feel very liberating or leave you feeling a little bit out at sea. So looking at those cards and those runes, use this energy to anchor yourself, to review and set those wishes and intentions with an absolute passion and determination to bring forth everything and anything that really fires you up and makes you want to get up in the morning and embrace life to the fullest, alongside letting go of any internal negative thinking patterns or any external circumstances that might still be lingering that could be holding you back. The moon then moves into her waxing crescent moon phase from August the 17th to the 23rd. She passes through Virgo, Libra and into Scorpio. The start of this moon phase may well actually bring a sense of impatience. It's a little bit of a residue of the new moon, and also a desire to just get going and make stuff happen, but don't be too hasty. From the 17th to the 19th, the lunar influence is going to support really meticulous and methodical working within a very sensible time scale. Now the 20th then brings a very different dynamic that could actually potentially slow you down. So if you pay attention to the details in the early part of this moon phase, you shouldn't run into any problems when we then get to the 20th. From the 21st, we see renewed energy that will support good communications with growth and movement. And with Mercury moving into retrograde on the 23rd, be mindful that sometimes communications can arrive in unexpected ways. There can be delays and interruptions, and don't forget to back everything up as well. The moon then reaches her first quarter moon phase on August the 24th in Sagittarius. The first quarter moon always requests some sort of review, and the focus of today's lunar input supports progress and the overcoming of any form of difficulty through holding a really positive mindset and the reassessing of your goals in real terms, seeing what you need to do right here and right now. There really is a great energetic combination here that holds a space of realistic and empowered evaluation. The moon then moves into her waxing gibbous moon, so she's moving from the quarter to the full, from August the 25th to the 29th, passing through Sagittarius, Capricorn and into Aquarius. Now, despite holding a very steady and consistent increase in energy, which is actually very helpful for us, this moon phase does have quite a reflective feel to it, with the potential for signs and synchronicities to show up, particularly around the 26th and the 28th. So, in your manifestations and your personal energy flow, observe, digest, alongside continual and measured progress. And if you are looking for signs and indications to assist you, be very, very aware of those synchronicities around the 26th and the 28th. We then reach the super full moon. This is the blue moon on August the 30th and the 31st at 7 degrees 24 in Pisces. Now, it will be August the 30th or the 31st, depending on where you are on our beautiful planet. I'm going to bring up the timings onto the screen right now, just so that you can see approximately where this is at. You should be able to work out where this is on the globe from your perspective. And my apologies that I can't put every single location on the planet. There's just too many, but hopefully these will give you a reference point. Now, a blue moon happens when we get 2 full moons in the same month. And traditionally, they are said to boost the influence of the zodiac sign that they're in, and also to illuminate your hopes and wishes for the future. Now, given that this moon is in our beautifully, deeply sensitive and very spiritual Pisces, if you are seeking any kind of guidance about your calling and your purpose, or you're uncertain about any aspects of your future plans, then the energy of this full moon could bring you exactly what you need to see to find clarification. Now, personally, I would suggest approaching this day very consciously and using the influence to the max. If you've ever considered going on a spiritual retreat or committing to a full day of meditation and you're absolutely able to, if your world accommodates it, then this is seriously a good day to do it on. We also have another long void of course moon on August the 30th. That's UK timing, but this is when the moon moves from Aquarius into Pisces, so it's sort of coming into the early energy of this super full blue moon. This is nearly 11 hours long, so it is a long time, so you may find yourself again feeling a little bit unanchored. Probably as we move into Pisces, it's like entering the dream time. So again, it really highlights the benefit of using this day and this energy for meditation if you are able to. The moon then moves into her disseminating or waning gibbous moon phase from September the 1st to the 5th. She passes through Pisces, Aries, Taurus and into Gemini. And this moon phase brings a very distinct series of steps in the energy flow. On the 1st, the illuminations of the blue moon are beautifully continued, and this will emphasize your spiritual purpose, your pathway, your calling. This then flows into the energetics on the 2nd that are urging for transformation and asking you to birth these ideals into reality. But go steady and don't be too hasty or impulsive, because the energy on the 3rd may well also bring some signs, signals and synchronicities to guide and inform you. So you might want to course correct or tweak a little bit. On the 4th, the lunar input is going to invite you to get into a really steady, productive flow. So if any interruptions occur on or around the 5th, then take note, because this is most likely to be really useful information, literally being sent to assist your evaluations at the coming last quarter moon. The last quarter moon, which is on September the 6th and 7th in Gemini, the energy of this last quarter moon really supports the clarity of intent through awareness of your part and your connection to a bigger picture. And there is ample opportunity in the overall astrodynamics today to show you exactly what you need to see, exactly what you need to hear, exactly what you need to do to continue to expand and progress. Between the 7th and the 8th, we then have another void of course period between Gemini and Cancer. But it's only 6.5 hours. So compared to the 11 and 14 hour ones we'd already had, this in many ways feels quite minimal. We then move into the balsamic moon or waning crescent moon phase from September the 8th to the 13th, passing through Cancer, Leo and into Virgo. Despite the diminishing of the lunar energy, this moon phase actually begins with quite a strong sense of what I would call gentle, nurturing perseverance. So very helpful in terms of continuing to move things forwards. Now the 10th may feel a little more dynamic and a little more intense. There's a surge of energy that could feel a bit disruptive, or indeed it could push you forwards, or it could do both. The lunar influence on the 12th will really remind you of what actually matters and speak to you from the heart. So if you find yourself having had some disruption or a push forwards of yearning for something, take this seriously and be particularly gentle with yourself on the 13th, because any underlying pressures that you might feel that day will pass with the renewed energy and vigour returning, but they're there with purpose. We have another very, very long void of course period, 14 hours again, between the 12th and 13th of September, when the moon moves from Leo into Virgo. 14 hours is huge, so again, be very conscious of whether or not you are feeling a bit out at sea, or indeed you're feeling liberated, and just take action accordingly. If you're feeling liberated, then absolutely go with it. If you're feeling out at sea, then put down an anchor and be very, very thoughtful and very careful and very gentle with yourself. Hey Moon Magic family, thank you so much for joining me for this moon update and for the drawing of the cards for all the zodiac signs. It's an absolute joy to be here. Manifesting with the moon has been such a life-changing experience for me, so it really is a privilege to share this information with you. I do hope it is helpful and valuable for you to be able to navigate your world and your unique personal circumstances to your absolute fullest potential. So tons of love. Thank you for joining me, and don't forget to check in on the big all zodiac sign readings if that appeals to you. Otherwise, I look forward to seeing you for some other readings or other moon updates here on YouTube. Don't forget that I will be doing some new moon readings as well, some full pick a card new moon readings to look at what kind of breakthrough is potentially going to be showing up for you. So do watch out for those. If you want to get notification of any of my readings or any of my videos, don't forget to subscribe and press the little bell icon. That way they should come into your stream. Tons and tons of love, and thank you so much for being here.